Vienna, 1895. In a dimly lit study, a young Sigmund Freud observes something peculiar about his patient Bertha Pappenheim. Every time she mentions her father, her fingers begin unconsciously drumming on the armrest. Freud doesn't realize it yet, but he's just stumbled upon the first mechanism of what would become the most sophisticated psychological manipulation system ever devised. What followed were decades of secret experimentation. Techniques so effective the CIA would later classify them as non-lethal influence weapons in 1953. Today, for the first time, you'll learn these methods not to use them, but to recognize when they're being used against you. If you're still listening, pay close attention, because by the time this video ends, you'll never hear everyday conversations the same way again. The fundamental trick Freud discovered is deceptively simple. The human mind can't resist completing patterns. When you take the first psychological step, your target's brain will automatically take the next. It's like tipping over a line of mental dominoes. Take the case of Anna O., the patient who inadvertently taught Freud his most powerful technique. When Freud noticed Anna associated certain symptoms with traumatic events, he did something brilliant. He began creating artificial associations. If Anna coughed when mentioning her brother, Freud would subtly cough at every mention of him. Within weeks, Anna's symptoms completely changed, without her ever suspecting manipulation. Think this sounds like science fiction. Consider the last time an ad made you nostalgic for something you never experienced, or when a politician mirrored your exact words to sway your opinion. We've all been Anna at some point. The modern evolution of this technique is what Harvard psychologists now call associative framing. Here's how it works. Identify a strong emotion in your target: anger, nostalgia, fear. Anchor that emotion to a specific gesture, word, or tone. Repeat the anchor in new contexts to transfer the emotion. An MIT study showed successful politicians use this method 3 times per minute in speeches. Top salespeople apply it every 7 seconds. And you've likely been receiving it without even noticing. Comment anchor below if you've ever felt sudden, unexplained emotions. I'll analyze the most intriguing examples in an upcoming video. But this is just beginner level. True mastery comes with what Freud's disciples called reverse transference. While Freud used transference to understand patients, his successors discovered how to induce it deliberately. Imagine this. You're in a tense negotiation. Instead of direct pressure, you begin subtly mirroring the other person's posture, then their breathing rhythm, finally, their speech patterns. Without realizing it, their brain starts registering you as one of them. Concessions that were impossible now flow naturally. Sound like magic. It's pure neuroscience. MRI studies show this process activates the anterior cingulate cortex, the same brain region that lights up when thinking about close family. KGB Colonel Yuri Bezmenov admitted after defecting, "We trained agents to use these techniques on Western diplomats. One well-manipulated conversation could be worth 100 spies." Today, these same tactics appear in job interviews, when recruiters casually mention your favorite hobby. First dates, that moment they seem to share all your interests. Salary negotiations, phrases like, "We know you're worth more," set the stage. If your pulse is racing as you recognize these patterns, good. It means your mind is awakening. And if you're willing to go deeper, wait until you see what's coming next. The final technique is the most powerful and most dangerous. Freud called it memory substitution, but modern marketers know it as narrative rewriting. Have the target recall a past event. Subtly introduce new details. Let their brain overwrite the original memory. A UC study proved 76% of people adopt false memories when presented correctly. The terrifying part, they'll swear they always remembered it that way. Before you ask, yes, this explains why family arguments revolve around differently remembered events. And no, you're not immune. Comment memory if you've ever discovered a core memory was false. Now the crucial question: how do you protect yourself? Freud himself left clues in his private notes. Psychological Armor Protocol. The 7-second delay. Always pause before answering emotionally loaded questions. Reality triangulation. Verify shared memories with third parties. Pattern interrupts. When you notice mirroring, suddenly change your posture/pace. Try this today. In any conversation, casually adjust your sitting position twice. If the other person subconsciously mirrors you both times, you're likely being played. Freud's final diary entry contained this warning: we are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love. The greatest trick: making people believe they came up with your ideas themselves. Now that you know the game, will you be the magician or the audience? If this revelation excites rather than frightens you, hit like now. You're part of the rare 3% who prefer dangerous truths over comfortable lies. Subscribe, because tomorrow we expose how social media algorithms weaponize these very tactics, and comment aware below to join others waking up to these psychological games.